Hey everybody, I want to take you through a conversion tracking implementation, and that conversion tracking tag has been implemented through Google Tag Manager. So let's just verify that first off. It should be on this page here. I'm using Tag Assistant to check. That's Google's Chrome extension. It's a legacy Chrome extension, but it still works pretty good. You have to enable it and then okay, try it again. Control-Shift-R, that will do a hard refresh. Perfect. Okay, so there's Google Tag Manager 9T27. Is it correct? Yep, 9T27. Now I want to fire the conversion tracking tag on that thank you page. So I'm going to navigate there. Good, there's Google Tag Manager. Nice. So let's go to Google Ads. Let's go to Goals. And then here's the tag that I want to implement. So I've called it Reached Thank You Page. I already made this before. We're going to go here to Tag Setup. Click on Use Google Tag Manager. I'm going to copy the conversion ID first. Go to Google Tag Manager. Click on New. Let's call it Conversion Tracking Tag. Or let's say Google Ads. We'll just say Thank You Page. It's very detailed. There should be no kind of mistaking what this particular tag does or what the point of it is. So I'm going to click this here, and then I'm going to click on Google Ads. Then I'm going to click on Google Ads Conversion Tracking. I'm going to put the conversion ID here. I'm going to go back to Google Ads. I'm going to grab the conversion label. I'm just going to highlight it. Press Control-C once it's highlighted to copy. Go back to Google Tag Manager. I'm going to paste the label. Have a look at this. Conversion linker tag missing in container. Let's create that as well. Now it's important you add a conversion linker. So what the conversion linker does is it's linking the GCLID, so the Google Click ID. So when somebody clicks on an ad in the URL, you're going to see question mark, kind of a alphanumeric string. That's the ID that represents the ad click. Well, the conversion linker is going to hang on to this GCLID or this Google Click ID, and it's going to hang on to it until the conversion happens. It's going to ensure that the conversion is linked to the ad click. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So let's go to Save. By default, the conversion linker is on all pages. Okay, triggering, well, what do you think the trigger is going to be? So I want it to fire on this thank you page. So the trigger is going to be when the URL contains thank-you. Right, so choose a trigger. Right, here's what I did. Triggering brings me to this choose a trigger section. We're going to click on plus. And I'm just going to call it thank you page. And let's call it trigger. Okay, trigger configuration, I'm going to click on that. Then I'm going to click on page view. Not all pages, it's going to be some page views. I'm going to switch this to page URL contains, oops, page URL contains thank-you. Is that correct? I believe so. Thank-you. Okay, very good. Save. Preview. Let's get this URL to the thank you page. I'm going to paste it in here. Click on connect. And then watch this. Okay, Tag Assistant connected. This blinking tab here, I'm going to click on that. There you go, Google Ads Conversion Tracking Tag, thank you page. Let's navigate away from it and see if it fires. Ideally, it should not fire because I only want it to fire on this thank you page, this one page that I'm on. So I'm going to navigate to the home page. Oops, and let's go back here. Being blocked. Yeah, it should be installed on this page. Why isn't it loading? Because it's cached. Yep, there it is. Okay, it was cached. So there, window loaded. All right, so the variables, the URL is this. So this is the host name. So it's the main page. And you can see under tags, the conversion tracking tag thank you page does not load. You can click on it here and see that the conditions for it to fire are not being met. So gtm.load, okay, not being met. This URL, does it contain thank you? No, it does not. Okay. I like leaving this on values because it kind of expands on these variables. So if you leave it on values, it says, this particular URL, it does not contain thank you, right? This particular filter has not been met. You can see here on this particular page, thank you. We can say on container loaded, these conditions are being met. In this case, the URL, this one here, does contain thank you. So that makes sense in that context. I'll just close out of here. And then what I'll do is I will publish my GTM container. So that is looking good. I'll go back to Google Ads and I will make sure that my campaign is actually utilizing that particular conversion tracking tag. Or I should say that it's bidding toward it. So if you go over here to, right, we're in campaigns, look for the gear icon on the right when you hover over this campaign, whichever campaign it is. Actually, it only does it for a search campaign. You can see there's a smart campaign here that gear icon does not show. But the one that I care about is a search campaign. We're going to click on the gear icon for that. And underneath here, conversion goals, it's using the account default goals, right? So phone calls, contacts, book appointments. Yeah, so let's maybe change it to campaign specific and we'll choose them. Okay. No, what I'll do is I'll hit cancel. And I will go to goals, summary. I'm going to create a custom goal. Okay. Book appointment is fine. Reach thank you page is the one that I care about. Okay. I'm going to do calls and reached appointment actually. I gotta name it something, so I'll say calls and reached thank you page, sorry. Book appointment GA4. In this case, I think we could add that for good measure. Now, I'm not including, for example, directions, but that would be account default. If you had account default, it would include map directions, unless you mark these as secondary. But instead of doing that, we're just going to add a custom goal here. So again, the contents of this custom goal are these calls. Okay, smart campaign. Actually, since we're not using the smart campaign and we're using the clicks to call, I think is the one we want. Okay, let's have a look at this again. Okay, let's say create conversion action. I want to make one for the call because we're using a call asset. So let's just say calls from ads. Yep, this one. I'll just say click phone number in ad. That's fine like that. I want this to be very clear. Okay. So let's see if that did anything useful. So what I want to do is, yeah, so I want to say book appointment because there's probably tracking happening in GA4 that I'd like to optimize toward as well. Click the phone number and add, and that's it. Let's see what book appointment is actually. So that's in GA4, ads conversion. You know what? I didn't set this up, so I'm going to actually remove it from my custom goal. And I'm just going to use the one that we just set up now. Actually, I think that's a good way of doing it. Reach the thank you page and click the phone number in the ad. Nice and clean. So it's going to be my new tag that I set up here on the thank you page after somebody books an appointment. And it's going to be if somebody clicks on the call asset in the ad. So now that we've created that custom goal, we're going to go back to the ad here, or the campaign. Okay, and just change the kind of optimization for it. So under conversion goals, campaign specific, choose campaign goals, and you're going to click on this custom one, calls and reach thank you page. I love it. Nice and simple. Perfect. And there you have it. So I showed you guys how to, once Google Tag Manager is implemented on a page, how can you easily fire a Google Ads conversion tracking tag? In this case, we fired it on the thank you page based off of a page URL filter. So we said when the page URL contains thank you, fire this particular conversion tracking tag. Very simple. And then we also created a custom goal, which is a combination of when somebody clicks on the call asset in an ad and when somebody when that conversion tracking tag fires. That combination of those two conversion actions is what this particular Google Ads search campaign will be optimizing toward. Okay, so hopefully that was useful, and any questions, let me know. Have a good one. Bye-bye.